Hi, I'm Exesis, and this is Hearts of Iron 4, No Step Back, where we're continuing our playthrough as the Soviet Union. Alright, so we can unpause the clock there. In the last episode we got through the purge, so we finished off that and we started working on our economy over here. We are also... I wanted to go into the research tab. There we go, finishing up the last of the naval techs we wanted for now. So let's close that one down. And we don't need anything more there, we'll leave that one for now. And we can pop right over here. Right, so the Kirovs are outdated. That means it's probably created a new variant. The question is if it's... Oh yeah, it upgraded the guns on this one. And this is going to be the... That's a shame. These were of course supposed to be just one. So we could have the... Well, actually I think we'll switch out the one that's just started. This is going to be the Kirov M2 class, of course. These are also going to be named after historical heavy cruisers, as that is just what they are. And we'll save that one there. And how far have we gotten into this one? Can't really get the percentage out there. It's probably 10% or something. And that would be a shame to remove. But I am thinking of just replacing that one outright with one of these instead. Yeah, we will do that. We lose 58 days of production. Yeah, well, the Soviet shipbuilding industry was never famed for being very efficient. So that is fine. We can go to Leningrad with the M2s as well. And then we have 2 M2s coming in. And the submarines, they can still be at the bottom. And we now also want to design a light cruiser. So if we pop right over here, we have nothing really to go for. Well, we could probably use the Kirov as a basis here, I think. Because this here is the... Let's see if we can actually spell this correctly. The Chapayev class. And they were light cruisers. Oh, we got it there too. Based on the Kirov class. But instead of the medium turrets, so the 180mm guns here, we need to go in on the rapid fire ones. They of course used 152mm or somewhat lighter caliber guns. And they actually had 4 of these turrets, or 4 triples. Now you see they're 152mm, so that's good. Don't think we're gonna... maybe we can fit 4 turrets on it. If we replace some of that. And we got the 452mm turrets that it did have historically. We don't really have any other new systems here. We're going to put a sonar on it, because why not? Something might as well help with the subsurface detection. And let's see. It did have a catapult on, so we'll keep the catapults on, of course. And some medium... some secondary guns there are fine too. We haven't researched anything new there. And I think we do want to stick with some armor on it as well. Just because it's in the screening line and it does take a lot of light attacks. And this armor will protect it from a lot of the destroyer attacks at least. So it'll be at least a little bit more survivable when it contacts the enemy. So that's the Chapayev class. We will save this one. And that obviously comes over here. And let's see if we just don't know what we're gonna do. We will figure that out. They built 7 of these, and they are all gonna go into the Leningrad port for us. We'll have to reallocate all of these, I think, as well. And then we also want to build some heavy ships. And for heavy ships, we really have 2 designs that the Soviets were building at the start of World War II. They were building the Kronstadt class battlecruisers and the Sovietsky Soyuz class battleships. And they started building 2 of the battlecruisers and 4 of the battleships. And the battleships were probably a little bit in between, the bigger than the Bismarck but smaller than the Yamato, for being in the same time period. And I think we will go with just straight up the Kronstadt battle cruisers. So we will swap that over to a battlecruiser armor. And we'll start off by renaming this one. Is that correct? Yes. I think it is. It's an odd spelling, I think. But that's what it is. Might actually show up here if we... No, not really. Alright, so we pop over there. And we obviously have the best engine we can on board. We don't have any radars. I would like to have a radar on it. We do need a fire control here. It won't let us save the design without that. We'll pop on some anti-air, and we need some heavy batteries. And I think the Kronstadt class had 2 batteries of that's the super rear one. Yeah, we'll use this one. I think they had... No, we didn't get one there. Of course we want to have it so it shows as well. We'll put the catapults on there as well. And we shall put on... And we can... Yeah, let's have a second. They had 3 dual turrets. They were actually the 380mm turrets, similar ones as the Bismarck, and they were actually bought from Germany for these ships. And we're gonna have some... Oh, that's a hard one. Anti-air or secondary batteries. We're gonna put on secondary batteries there at least. Let's see what that does to the cost, because we would need some more anti-air on these ideally. That's an expensive piece of anti-air. See down in the corner, that's almost 400 IC, whilst this one is 240. I think we will go with the additional secondary battery. So that's our Kronstadt class, and we shall build at least 2 of these. And we can probably obsolete these and make sure we don't have to look at them. And of course we need to put these in as separate entities. And Leningrad. And how do we want to fill out of all of these then? Now we probably have to draw down a little bit on production of this auxiliary craft. We will be needing a lot of convoys, so we want to keep... Maybe we actually only keep 1 dockyard, and I will keep both on it. We can put the Kirovs down to 3 dockyards. That means they should finish in... Do we want them... How long will that delay? November 40. December 42 is a little bit stretching it. But that is fine. Okay, so we got signal that we've got some additional ones left over. We probably want to split the Chapayevs up into 2 separate lines. Now only these are a little bit cheaper as well. Only 5 of the 7 Chapayevs were actually finished, and for the Kronstadts they weren't finished at all, and the same for the Sovietsky Soyuz class ships. Because a lot of them were constructed down in Mykolaiv, I believe, as was the very big Soviet shipbuilding industry, and Sevastopol was also a place where they built a lot of ships, and Leningrad, of course. And as the Germans captured the dockyards, of course, work couldn't continue. Okay, so we want to do it something like that. And that's April 42, that's a little bit late for the first ship of them. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of dockyards on these. But we want to have something on these as well. So we need to, we're gonna get 2 more once that finishes. I think we were building some more. No, we might want to build some additional dockyards then. Just so we can get these out. Because we need a little bit more there. Let's move these submarines up a bit. Yeah, so they don't lose their 1 dockyard. And let's free up some dockyards temporarily, just to see. Just want to see how long time it'll take to build this. August of 41. Yes, we want to have 3 dockyards on either of those. And we will then do it this way. And pop them down that way, I think. So they have their 3 dockyards. And let's put the destroyers down at the bottom. Yeah, convoys are still probably the most important, so that we have convoys for any lend-lease we will receive. Let's put these down below there as well, and we can... No, we want to add some dockyards to there as well. Now, we can see there September of 39, so that's still almost a year per ship. If we aim to finish about 2 of them each, that would be fine. Now we've got 3 years to build, no, 2 years to build, 2.5 years to build these. And yeah, something like that for starts. We will plan for some additional dockyards, and that wouldn't be a too bad location though. But we have 80% here, so let's build them in Leningrad. We could probably add another line of civilian factories somewhere as well. Can add another one up there too. And just let the dockyards build on the 7 we have there. No, we'll keep it like this for now, that's fine. Alright, so now we just need to decide what to do with our recruitment in Spain. Yeah, we got recruitment everywhere, of course. We got plenty of German spies there for now. That's only the air doctrine. And we want to decide what we want to research. I guess we could start doing these. It's November, so it's not that bad. And it's a little bit too... It's 200, it's about... Would be okay to start building these as well now. Or researching. Could waste our armored one on the armored cars. Alright. We've got the armored trains already. I am thinking a little bit about carriers to complement those battle cruisers as well. But we're a little bit full on our naval construction queue, so let's go with construction. The Soviets did have quite a lot of plans for different carriers, starting with the Project 71, and then it got updated again, and the 71 was supposed to have a deck space for 30 aircraft, and then the updated variant got 70, that was 71B, and 60 maybe, and then the got updated when they actually war broke out to the Project 72. It would be nice to have some fighter coverage for our fleets. Alright, so we finished the 5-year plan. And we're continuing down the industrial path. Now we're gonna skip this path. I find these are all 70-day focuses, and I couldn't fit enough of them to justify going down this, because you get a consumer goods plus 5% here, so you kind of need to get down to one of these at the end at least, and you really want to do maybe, yeah, the rubber one and the oil one here are quite good. So you kind of want to, and these are 35-day ones down there, but this one's a 70-day one, and you can only pick one of the sides here, and there's something to be said for both of these actually. They're both good. But if you can't get down all the way to the bottom before war breaks out, it's not really worth it. And because I wanted to fit the historical things in, that's kind of it didn't work out. So we're gonna go down. We want to head down for the research slot here first. Anyway, we're gonna go for an expert. This one is really strong. You can go for this one too, but I find this one a lot stronger. Then we gain some extra civilian factories. Vladivostok and Khabarovsk, I think those are both in the east, so that's good. That's Eastern Development, of course, yeah. And the Urals, Chelyabinsk and Zlatut. So that's 4 civs we actually get to keep. That's quite nice. But let's head down for an experts. That's 35 days. It's a good start, and we got something we can modify. Or we can put more high commanders in. We want to save up a little bit because we have our war support at a level where it now supports war economy. So that's going to be the next step, and we are starting to produce our military factories, so it's good to get out of partial mobilization too, or into war economy that increases the construction speed there. Okay, so I think no, Spanish Civil War isn't really over, but nationalist Spain was the next. That means we get our fighters back, or our aircraft, and here they are. And our fighters haven't done very well at all. They are severely lacking their experience, but the bombers seem to have done really well. We will, however, combine these into... Let's take some of the experienced aircraft. No, the other way around, of course. There, and this one will be bumped up. We can bump these two up to high reinforcements priority, because they do have that experience already. Let's base them over there for now, in Gorky. 3 fighter wings, we will merge. Just set the reinforce up to 100. And we... oh, what's happened here? Air volunteers plane limit. Okay, so we... oh, it will probably recalculate this once our aircraft are back, right? Or... yeah, I don't know what's happened here. Why we've lost our air volunteer limit. Okay, so a non-aggression pact from communist China. I think this is okay. We can accept that one. We're probably gonna need to bolster up these armies just a little bit too, because the war on Iran comes quite quickly after Barbarossa starts. And there goes the anarchists as well. So the Spanish Civil War is over. Let's see if this means that Enrique Lister is now in our Enrique Lister is now in our possession. It's a shame he's got defensive doctrine. I don't really like this one. I prefer offensive doctrine. I think I said that earlier too. Otherwise, infantry expert, yeah, this is pretty good. He's a field marshal though, so. And not a lot of skill towards organization. He's been fighting for the Spanish, so it's one of the Spanish characters that have been transferred to us. Which of course is nice. We will put him in charge here. And yeah, not a fan of that one either. And down here we have Budjani. He could get, we could actually assign him. Which armies is he in charge of? Yeah, let's get him the unyielding defender. Adaptable would be really good for him. Let's see if all our field marshals actually have traits. We're missing both on Koniev and Zhukov. And what's Zhukov missing? Let's give Koniev charismatic as well. And then we have Andrei Vlasov. The only one we can give him is Winter Expert. I don't think that's going to be needed. Maybe we could say something for these armies for having a Winter Expert. Or these armies, I mean. No, that's the Transbaikal ones. It's just the Northern Front. A Camouflage Expert is a pretty decent one for the Soviet Union. Improvisation Expert is a lot better. We'll leave that one open. There is something for not selecting skills as well, because the more you have, the longer it takes to earn experience for the other ones. Okay, so our intelligence agency is done here. We have completed the collaboration government. We did not get the bonus outcome, but we did get 30%. That's something at least. Don't have to do any more of those, I think. It would be nice to... Oh, maybe we could steal some blueprints just because. Or we can try to... We have... Let's pop them into Italy. See if we can't infiltrate their army and gain some extra army experience that way. That's fine for now. We're waiting for this to tick up now. Alright, so we finished foreign experts. And we're gonna keep on going down here. Obviously it doesn't matter which one you take first. Both have the exact same effect. We'll go with development in the Urals first. That gives us in, I think, Chelyabinsk and... Yeah, whichever one the next one was. Zlatoust. Just increases their infrastructure a little bit. I think we're building... Yeah, we've got some in the construction queue at least there. And we can probably put some... Yeah, that's a... That one wasn't very useful. Sverdlovsk could be... That's got a decent amount of infrastructure now too, though. Okay, so we way past our board there for war economy. Oh, we only need the 120. Obviously, because we have the Politburo, which increases the decreases trade law and economy law costs. So that we could have done that a little bit more efficient. Alright, so we got some more of these garrison divisions, the simple ones. The ones that are... We mostly want them on the border up here in low supply regions. Oh yeah, we want to have some proper divisions down here, probably some tanks as well. And I can probably use these tanks. And these should be low enough that we can actually have supply. Or maybe not on most of these borders. But we get 0.6 there from the infrastructure in all of these. And one of these will take still a lot. Let's put these into 10 of them, I guess, into there. And then we've got another 9. Don't think we... maybe if we select just... I think we wanted to have a few of these down on these armies as well. And then another... let's pop them all into there. And... this is not the longer border. This is a short border with Iran. This is a longer border. So we'll pop them into... no, we'll keep them here. Oh wait, we had a few of these for ordinary divisions. I didn't notice. And probably the same in here then. No, they're only the garrison ones, alright. Actually, it might not be a too bad idea to have them here either. But I think... could pop them in. What do we have more going on out here? We got 24 coming in. That's the first ones that came. And another 10 coming there. Yeah, we put 3 of them in there. And 3 of them in there. I'll try to have all of these armies at 12. Alright. Let's keep running here. Right. There we got an additional 3. Let's pop them into that army then. I'll try to have both of these at 12. And these... oh yeah, these are the light tanks, that's why we have this icon on them. Alright, so then we go on to Eastern Development. We're just doing them back to back. And we could probably have Rokossovsky in charge of these when they're being used. We'll move them up here to Leningrad. That's maybe what we wanted the 6 other divisions for. Up here. Oh well, we'll do it this way. Oh, but he's cowed by Stalin, so that's not very good. If we go for our... obviously it's misspelt in the game. It's supposed to be with a U. And Leleshenko and Zhukov, Koniev. Well, we got Vasilevsky, I guess we could use. Are we using Vasilevsky as a... can't remember where we... we'll pick one when we get a little bit close. No, we are quite close to that. Alright, so... then we will just go with Dmitry. Oh, where is he gone? No, it's with an I. No. No, that way. Dmitry. Leleshenko. Even though he is cowed by Stalin, he'll gain experience rate or experience at the same rate. Yes, we will move him back to his proper command when time comes. He was actually in charge of the Leningrad army in the First Winter War. And we can pop these into there. And what more do we have? One there. Some question is if we want to have these in here too. That's 7 of them. We want to keep 2 of them for something else. We can have the other there. Now these 2 go in there. And we want to probably have the armored forces there. And to try and cross this river quickly. And there goes Czechoslovakia. So much for peace. And we get another country we can recruit in. Let's just press this one and it'll disappear. And we got some more improved working conditions, might not be a bad idea either. But okay, so we got one more there. I think we will pop it into this army as well. And just for organization's sake, we will put them up this way. Alright, so we have got the radio researched. We will keep going down for the industrial techs. We're probably better off doing machine tools before. The production efficiency cap is gonna give us more than the output here at the moment. And they're probably getting quite close actually to when it's, I think it's at 50% the break-even point is. I'm not sure about that though. Now we need a lot of factories down here. Okay, so our dockyards are done. We probably need to add a few more civilian factories. We'll add them down here in Sverdlovsk. Can pop them in there, I think, and it should even itself out. Alright, so we finished interwar artillery. We probably want to keep going down the artillery branch, or do we want to start researching our tanks? Yeah, it's time to do the tanks, I think, so we can get some production up of at least the medium tanks a little bit earlier. And then we have two more. We can let a few more deploy, I guess. We're getting only normal divisions out now. And we'll start popping them into here once we get a few of them. Alright, so we finished Eastern Development. And that of course means we continue on to the USSR Academy of Sciences. And then we want to... Oh wait, this one was... Yeah, this is the one we gained the research slot for. Just kind of missed the first text when the joint programs come. So we want that for the research slot, obviously. And we want to... This is where we can actually start to put things in. We want the Gossprojektstroj construction company. Gives us a lot of construction speed to different things. That's a really nice one to have. And now we've got 3 of these, we can pop them in there. An Irish operative. Yeah, we're gonna capture a lot of operatives in this campaign. I think I said that earlier too. And it does not look like we are doing a lot of aerial combat here in China, so we might want to... Yeah, that's because there's not a lot of combats going on. Can probably swap those over to there. Oh yeah, we flew only fighters down here too. We probably want to... I can keep them all into Eastern China. And we've got absolutely terrible mission efficiency down here. So even if we have 300, is that because we have... Let's see if when we get some more fighters in there. Okay, so it's up to 8%. That's during the night, of course, but that doesn't make a difference for the average mission efficiency. That's just for detections. We got a 3% chance of finding enemy aircraft, and only 8% of our 300 can actually be in combat, so that's why we're not earning very much from this. Might have been better off sending bombers down there. But it is what it is. We'll send... can have our fighters up here. And what do we have? We've got actually quite a lot of fighters now. some improved variants as well, that's nice. And a stockpile of both naval bombers and strategic bombers. Where did we have our naval bombers? Oh, we still got them here. We want some naval bombers up in... We can put them in Luga. We want them out in the upper Baltic Sea, of course. Zog submits to Italy, while the German Reich claims Memel. And we want a few of them parked down here in Crimea. We'll set up a second bomber squadron here too. Alright. We got some more divisions. Let's get rid of one. And we'll just start to put them in there. Now we'll wait a little bit more with you. Save a little bit on clicks. So the situation here in Europe is heating up. We've got quite a lot of troops on the border here now. Right, construction is done, we will go straight to dispersed. Obviously, industry is among the most important things, as in most Hoi 4 games. I think we might want to give our troops a little bit of training. See if we can't get rid of the green modifier. Let's just shift click these. Right, so we finished the Academy of Sciences, gains us an extra research slot, and Tanutuva joins our joint science program. We gain 1% research speed. Now, we could probably go down this line too, or this is where I would start going down this way, but since we have something else to do a little bit further on, we need to get down all the way to secure Leningrad here. But before we do that, we want to pop down just a quick one down here for positive heroism. So we're gonna stop off there. And let's see how we are doing for these decisions. We want to... Yeah, I think you can only choose one of these. So you got to think a little bit of which one you take. So you could bring in the Germans and gain some extra production efficiency growth. And the license purchasing cost is not that good, because we usually don't purchase licenses. At least not as a major. Could bring in the British experts for some efficiency retention and a lack of resource penalty. And again, the license purchase cost. That's only for licenses from Germany or from Britain. The Japanese will bring us efficiency base. This one is really good, as we're gonna have loads of new factories coming online. Or we could bring in the American experts, which increases our efficiency cap even more. So, at least in my opinion, it is the Japanese and the American ones that are the best ones. We are going down dispersed, which increases... No, we pop in here. Dispersed increases the base efficiency. Concentrated does not. If you go down concentrated, it would probably be better to go off. You're probably going to be better off going with the Japanese. We are going dispersed, which means we are going to go with the American experts, which I think is the more historic route to go to. They had loads of American experts in for different things. To be able to do that, we need to have some decent opinion from the Americans. Alright, so we got some more there. Let's pop them into that army. And we got an extra research slot. And we're not going to use this one here. Could go for radar. Probably be better off going for the aircraft. Yeah, because it's gonna, we do have the all the way down here. We've got 2 research bonuses for light aircraft. This would of course be really nice to use, but I think, especially as we're playing against expert AI, we need to get these aircraft out faster. So we're gonna pick that one up now, because our focuses are bound by the historical events concerning the Winter War. So we need to start off in that end. I've got 40% infrastructure here, that should be fine. We do need a few more, or at least a few more civilian factories. We'll put a few in there. We're going to put in a third with these as well, I think. Can have, I'd like to put them over here. That's only 40%. Now we'll take the 60% ones over here. And I think we will use them both. That means we slow down our military factory acquisition speed, but it's not that big of a deal right now. Because I should be about when all of these are done that we switch over and go hard on for military factories instead. We might keep one line building civilian factories just to keep up with consumer goods. Alright, so let's keep on going. I see our air experience is hardly climbing at all, and we want to save that experience for our 1940s fighters. Oh, we can't show on this one, we can show here. We're gonna increase. If we were to increase it all the way, we need 350 air experience for a E05 one. And since we're going to be running mostly interception, the lack of reliability isn't too bad. Alright. Turkey requests renewal of non-aggression pact. We have historically enjoyed very friendly relations with Turkey, as we have considered each other as like-minded anti-imperialists. However, ties have gotten frostier over the past few years. In an attempt to thaw relations between our two countries, Ismet Innu has suggested a renewal of the fallow non-aggression pact that we signed so many years ago. We should look at this olive branch as a sign that Turkey could be open to deeper levels of cooperation in the near future. However, Joseph Stalin has also made no secret of his coveting for the Turkish Straits. We must decide which is the more preferable option, a willing Turkish ally or a Turkish vassal. And I tried to find the historical view here, and it seems like the Soviets, there was never a new non-aggression pact that was signed. It was the Soviets tried to amend the Montreux Convention on limiting the passage through the Dardanelles and the Bosphorus, but nothing really got out of it, and so the relations were continued quite frosty. We will do without a non-aggression pact with Turkey. And the agitprop has been expanded, and that's way over here. We are gonna pop down to positive heroism, and we do this because it unlocks Konstantin Rokossovsky and Georgy Zhukov as advisors, a mass assault doctrine advisor and armor advisor, or armor theorist. It also unlocks some propaganda campaigns, but the big one here is for being able to put Rokossovsky and Zhukov in our high command. They are really good advisors, and I think the small stop off to get them in there is well worth it. So once we have completed that, we can put Rokossovsky in here, and Zhukov can go in here. We're also starting to get some experience up that we could probably start popping some of these other ones in here. As we'll see, we might need some more for division designs. Okay, only 2 more there. What we can do now is we have these agate ones that are unlocked. So this one is really good, -5 consumer goods for half a year. And this one I don't find that strong. Just gives us a little bit more. It's +1 for each state making these, so you don't get a lot of resources of it, and that's before you export them as well. More oil. Well, we're not running out of oil in the Soviet Union anytime soon. You gain quite a bit more oil from this one, so if you are running out, this one's good. This one's very good if you're building supply hubs or railways, which we are not. And the supply consumption, of course, is nice as well. And then there got a few other ones here that require you to actually be at war. We can bring in these American experts now as well. So we will do that, and we will reduce our consumer goods by 5%. And we do have a bunch of these other ones that we can do. A steel mill in Zlatoust wouldn't be too bad. What we really need is aluminium. And Kamensk is the one, and Leningrad. The 2 ones that we can make. But we need excavation 2 for both of them. We'll get on that in a bit too. And that's quite a lot of, that's 24 aluminium. It's quite valuable for us. Now we're not going to be sending any infantry equipment to China. We need all our infantry equipment to ourselves. And let's get rid of that one. We will keep it on this one, I think. That one is okay while we are at war, at least for the start of the war. It's not one we need, I think. Well, if they ever get up to Moscow. I was keeping these on so we actually get them. This one doesn't do very much. The minimum training time here is actually quite nice. And it's something that we can do early on in the war to just churn out the divisions we need quickly. And that one we can't do until we're actually on the offensive. We need to finish off this one too, of course, but we can't do that until we've done the block of rights against Trotskyites. Are these? Yeah, they're already on their way to wherever they are off to. So let's unpause here again. Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. The German Foreign Ministry have proposed a non-aggression pact between our 2 nations. This treaty will greatly increase our mutual trade, and an additional secret protocol suggests the division of Eastern Europe into German and Soviet spheres. While the fascists in Berlin may not be trustworthy, this pact will allow us to deal with Finland, the Baltic states and Romania without fear of outside interference. The eastern territories of Poland will also befall us in the event of a Polish collapse. Well, we don't have to deal with the fascists now, do we? We lose some political power. Of course we're going to sign this treaty. We get loads and loads of claims. And the Germans like us a little bit better, so they'll leave us alone, right? Diplomats from Germany and the Soviet Union conclude what observers are describing as an historic agreement today with the signing of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, named after German Foreign Minister Joachim von Ribbentrop and his Soviet counterpart Vyacheslav Molotov. This non-aggression pact stipulates that neither side will ally itself to nor aid an enemy of the other. Foreign diplomats warn that this treaty effectively gives Germany a free hand to wage war in Europe without having to fear Soviet intervention. A toast to our new German friends. And off we go. And that one should not be there, right? Because we already have the non-aggression pact. We'll get rid of that. And the Germans quite like us now. And we can just have a check here. They've got 40 factories constructing aircraft at the moment, 27 equipment, and they're starting up their tank production now as well. That means they probably got their mediums online. They of course need them a little bit earlier than we do, or want them. Don't have enough intel for the Navy anymore. Would be nice to see what they are up to. I'm guessing they still haven't gotten any new battleships out. No, I think they usually come out in the either this summer or in the summer of 1940. Can't really see what they are up to here, but they've got a substantial amount of aircraft. And yeah, and they've got some counterintelligence going, so we're not getting any more network strength than that. Let's see what we can do with the Italians then. Let's infiltrate their army. And we will pop these two in there and just hope for some army experience. Alright, so we finished the advanced machine tools. That increases our efficiency cap by 2. And could go for excavation. We are currently researching the 1940s fighters. It's a little bit too early to jump on this one. We won't recuperate the additional extra time it takes. However, the artillery and medium cannon, especially down there, would be something that would be nice to have when we finish this one, or when we start designing our new tanks. We quite like to get some of this stuff done as well. And we also want to have these. I think we will start off with the Katyusha. We can actually start producing them. We can, the first medium tanks we will make don't need to have the medium cannon. Alright, so we got some more divisions here to pop into our... And how many more do we have? 4. Get rid of 1. Put them in there. I've got a bunch to do there. The assassination of Lev Trotsky. Lev Trotsky, once the top lieutenant and heir presumptive of Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, died today in a Mexico City hospital. He was attacked in his home with an ice axe by a Spanish national believed to have been in the employ of the NKVD. After a failed power struggle with Joseph Stalin and his allies for control of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, Trotsky spent the 30s in exile, living in Turkey, France and Norway before finally settling in Mexico. He remained a constant critic of Stalin and the degenerated worker state of the Soviet Union. Mission accomplished. And let's see if we still have this one here. So the Trotskyite plot is now down to only -5 stability, which means we are, for the moment at least, at 100%. This is really, really nice, of course. So the subtle assassination is finished with a positive result. That's a little bit earlier than historic, but that's the way it goes. Alright, so we might want to put Ramon back to work down here in Finland, I think. And yeah, only 2 left there. We're doing okay for experience. Don't think we're gonna meet the 350 by the time the fighters are done. We'll see where we end up. We could actually do some... could infiltrate the Air Force in Germany. And we might get some extra... Let's resume mission. Let's pop them in there. Commence when ready. If we're lucky, we'll get some experience from that. So that'll be good. We will just try to get that so we can get some really good fighters. Otherwise, I might actually want to spend some for... No, we already got these in here. This one didn't seem to do as much as I wanted it to. And And we might switch that for centralized control later on. We'll keep this one in for now. Okay, so we're saving up some political power. That one should commence automatically. Yeah, there we go. Nothing to do there. And we got some decisions. Oh, now we can loosen the prohibitions in the military academies. That also means that the path down here has been cleared to the cult of Stalin's cult of personality. If we wanted to build up Stalin's traits, we might as well get rid of this one now, so we don't forget about it. It would of course be nice to have the high command in a little bit earlier, or something of that in that way. Oh, it's because that's we need to save up some political power now. Alright, so positive heroism is finished. And that means it is time to look towards the west and gain some political power from this one. And we got war economy there, which we're not going to do because we're already at war economy. It's only 2 mils and some minus in base stability. You could go this way earlier if you don't want to spend the political power for it. Don't think it's worth it. Going down this route, of course, is really nice. And here you get some Rokossovsky, Grechko and Shaposhnikov get promoted to field marshals. If you don't have enough of them. We promoted some ourselves because it only costs command power. I don't see why you wouldn't promote the ones you want. We are gonna head down Baltic security because we got some western neighbors that are in need of our protection now, so that the Germans don't come and gobble them up. Poland refuses German ultimatum. Considering the demands, it seemed inevitable. Poland would be forced to cede Danzig to Germany, and a Polish plenipotentiary would be sent to Berlin to negotiate further terms. Ignacy Mosiewski pointed to the German Reich's recent actions when stating that it was obvious Germany would not be satisfied with Danzig alone. German and Polish forces are prepared for war, and reports are already coming in of clashes on the border. Once again, there is war in Europe. Germany has ignored every warning. Alright, so that's going to be all for today. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and see you next time.